I will be making these hot dog buns today with the help of this bread machine to make the dough. And this recipe will make 24 hot dog buns. So if you want to make 12, just reduce everything by half. These hot dog buns are actually 3 days old in the fridge. Just pop them in the microwave, heat them up for 15 seconds, and they taste as fresh as you just made them. We will be making the TangZhong first, which is what I refer to as the wet dough in this video. Okay, first we're going to prepare the wet dough. We're going to need 20 ml of flour, all-purpose flour, 30 ml of milk. Can be any milk, whole milk, 2%, 1%, anything you have on hand. And then we're going to add 30 ml water. I'm going to turn on medium heat and start mixing these in and cook them on medium heat until it turns into a paste. I find that this helps with keeping the bread very moist, and it actually extends its shelf life a little. You can leave it out for a few more days. It's starting to thickening up. Okay, at this point you can turn off your heat and continue stirring. Okay, this looks good. I'm going to remove it from heat. And I like to push everything into one corner. And we're going to let it cool down. Right now we're going to go and prepare our other ingredients for the bread. It is 5 cups of all-purpose flour. I substitute half cup of flour with quinoa flour. I'm just going to dump it all into this bowl and mix it up a little before I put it in the bread machine. The quinoa flour that I use is this one that I got from Costco a few years back. I think they might have discontinued, I'm not sure. If you want to know how to make this flour, you could buy these tricolor or just the one color one. If you are interested in that and would like to know how to make them, leave a comment below and I can make another video to show you. Okay, to the bread maker pan, I'm going to add 2 cups of milk. Again, any kind of milk that you have on hand. And then I'm going to add half a cup of sugar, just the white regular sugar. And then we're going to add this wet dough. It should be cooled down by now. So we're just going to add that wet dough in with the milk. And now we're going to add the flour. Okay, flour is in. We're going to make a well in the center to put our yeast in. Okay, we're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoon of yeast in the well. And this is what I'm using, if you're wondering. And then we're going to need 2 teaspoons of the salt. Put them to the side. Don't let the salt get in with the yeast. And we're going to add in a teaspoon of the baking soda. And this is what I'm using. That's 1 teaspoon of that. The last ingredient would be half cup of unsalted butter. Buy this block of butter on here, it should have markings. And I'm just going to need half a cup right there. So I'm going to cut that off. And I like to cut them into smaller pieces and just put them around into the machine, around the flour. Okay, now we're going to pop this in the machine and we're good to go. Okay, it is in the machine, lid on, and we're going to select our course. We're gonna go to dough setting, and I'm gonna do quick time because mine's quick active yeast. Should be done in about an hour. I'm gonna start. And while the machine is working really hard, I'm gonna get the hot dogs ready. I like to use these one, or you can use Top Dogs or whichever hot dog you like to use. But I find these one are not as salty. We're gonna cook this in water. Okay, that is filled up with water. Turn it up to high. Wrong one. Bring that to a boil and then lower the heat and cook it for about 5 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna prepare some workstation. I need a scale with a small plate on top, and this is the bowl that I used to put flour in earlier, and there's still some flour dust in there. I will need that to put my dough in later. And then a surface to work on, extra flour to dust so it won't get too sticky when you work with the dough. And right there says complete. Cancel. Open it up. Look at that beautiful dough. Right, the dough is out of the pan. For each bun, I would normally use 60 to 65 grams of the dough. Okay, we're going to want to press the center and fold these outside in. Roll it over. Make it into this nice, beautiful ball and put that aside. Today I made two different toppings. One with cheese in the middle and the other one is just plain. Right now we're just going to cover up with tea towels to let it proof and set the oven up for baked at 350. And let it get that started. Okay, that's now been proofing for maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes. This one is a bit further along because I finished this one first, the cheese one. This one's the plain one. It's okay, I'm just gonna pop it in the oven and cook it, and it should be about the same when it comes out. Right now we're gonna start with an egg wash first. Okay, it's just one egg, nothing else. If you want, you can add some milk to it. Make sure you get the eggs on all over the top side of the bread and the two sides. This will give that golden color. That is all brushed with eggs. Nice and shiny. I'm gonna add some cheese to the top of these buns with the cheese filling inside, so we know which one is cheese and which one is not cheese. Now we're just gonna pop it in the oven in the middle rack. And now we're gonna set the timer on for 15 minutes. Okay, now sit back and relax until your oven beeps. And with the extra dough, I made some ham and egg and cheese buns. If you want to know how to make this, leave a comment below and I will show you how. Okay, that just came out of the oven. We're gonna let it cool down and then eat them or pack them away. And these can sit on your table for up to 3 days. I will keep some on the table and then the rest in the fridge.